Now we talk about the previous lecture. Now this is the continuation of the previous lecture. Right? So we are in the demand theory, right? So this is the main assumption. We assume the perfectly competitive market when we talk about this demand equilibrium analysis price theory, right? So actually, we identified certain factors that determine demand. So those factors we identify as the price and the non-price determinant. So when the price change, actually, what happened? Basically, demand we determined by the price and the non-price determinants, as I mentioned, right? Non-price determinants. So the price of the own product and the non-price determinant, those are the other factors, that determine the demand. So those factors also very important, right? So like we identified income, sales, measures, and the price of the related goods, policies, taxes, price expectation, like that. So when the price actually change, actually we know that can be increase or decrease. There is a negative relationship. We assume all these factors are constant, right? When we talk about the variation of the price, that is based on the law of demand, right? So we talk about the law of demand. Law of demand. So that explains the negative relationship between the price and the quantity demand. When the price increase, quantity demand increase. When the price increase, quantity demand increase. Right? Price of the own product. If we take the Coca-Cola price, right? Now we are considering the Coca-Cola demand and how it is varied with the Coca-Cola price. Right? Then the Coca-Cola beverages, and they increase the price of the Coca-Cola, there will be a decline in the quantity demand for the Coca-Cola, right? But there are other substitutes. That's actually, people move to the other products, right? So there are a lot of substitutes. That's why we assume perfectly competitive market. So one feature of the perfectly competitive market is there are number of substitutes available. So we assume that as a homogeneous product available in the market. All the products are identical. So we cannot differentiate from one product to another product. So therefore, people have, if they have more choices in the market, when the price change, they can shift to the other products because the same satisfaction they can derive by consuming those products, since those products are identical in nature, right? So that's based on the law of demand, right? So that explains basically the relationship between the price and the quantity demand. It identifies the negative relationship, right? So, implication of this is on the demand curve is we see the movement along the demand curve. Movement along the demand curve. When there is a change in the price of the own product, but we see the demand curve below the demand curve, we see movement upward and downward in the demand. And the other factors, so we assume that is constant, right? When we talk about this relationship between the price and the quantity demand, so that is we identified as the Sedgwick's Sedgwick's assumption, right? So that is the assumption we made, right? Sedgwick's Sedgwick's, right? So we assume other factors remaining constant when we talk about the change in the price of the own product. So we cannot explain the variation of the price negative relationship, other factors are changed at the same time. So we assume other factors remaining constant. We can't change price of the other goods, related goods change, right? And all the price expectation was a constant. Likewise, we assume all the other factors remaining constant. So what happens if there is a change in these factors? If other factors change, then we assume price of the own product is constant. So if there is a keeping the price constant, if there is a change in other factors, the implication of the demand curve is shift in the demand curve. There can be shift upward, right or left, no, right? That can be shifting the demand curve to the right. Now suppose price constant, if there is a rise in the income of the people, if there is a rise in the per capita income, national income, what happens? Demand for the product increase. The entire demand schedule shift to the right. Right? Price remaining constant without changing the price. If the people expect now the prices in the future will rise, currently demand will increase, no? Right? Price expectation, no? Right? So that actually shift the entire demand curve to the right or left. No? Right? So that means we see movement along the demand curve when the price vary, keeping other factors constant, no? Right? According to the law of demand. And if we can see the other factors change, keeping the price constant, so that means that affects the demand curve, entire demand schedule, shift right or left, right? So therefore, we can identify these price and the non-price determinants, no? Right? As important factors. That the implication of the demand curve is totally changed, no? Right? So, and the price change, the impact is the on the demand curve is the movement along the demand curve, right? So, when other factors change, favorably or unfavorably, that entire demand schedule shift to the right or left. They are actually we assume price is constant, right? So that is the thing, right? We identify those factors, list of factors, right? So that is very important, these factors, price and the non-price, right? So that actually form the demand function, right? Demand function. We identify the demand. So depends on the these factors. So price of the goods, price of the one product, EX, right? Price of the other products, that means PO, right? Income, waste, like right? So demand is a function. So we can explain the functional relationship, right? So that explains the demand function. No? We identify the demand and the set of factors that determine demand, right? These are the right hand side variable. Demand is the left hand side. This variable we identified as what is this? This is the dependent variable. No? Dependent variable. So these are the independent variables, right? Independent variables. This is very, very important, right? Identify the functional relationship, no? Right? Demand function. Then once you identify different factors that determine the demand, right? In a practical situation, so you can assess those factors. When price change, how it is affected the demand, right? So that kind of research you can do, right? When income change, right? How it affects the demand. So there is the magnitude of this effect will be given by the coefficient, right? Coefficient, right? So for an example, demand, what is demand, right? So this is the beta 0, beta 1, T0, Tx, right? Plus beta 2, To, plus beta 3, and likewise, no? Right? Now this is the normal linear relationship, no? Right? Once you identify the demand function in a practical situation, we identify this is as a negative, right? So the price of the other can be positive or negative. Income is positive, right? So these are the coefficients. These are the V1, V2, V3. So those are the coefficients. We need to measure those things, right? So we can use statistical application. Later you can study those things, right? When you are doing the business economics or managerial economics, right? So you are supposed to measure these variables and you can predict even the demand, future demand. Predictions also we can use based on that demand function, right? So therefore, it's very, very important to identify the demand and its determinants. What sort of relationship is there between the factors that determine it and their impact on the demand, right? So this is the dependent variable. Other factors that explain the demand are those are the independent variable, or we can call it as explanatory variables. Explanatory variables. So those are called explanatory variables. So that is very, very important, right? Now we discussed all these things, we highlighted some of these things, right? So, for an example, like we talk about this determinants, we identified, right, different factors, and so we identified the mainly the price is the main factor that determines the demand. There are non-price determinants that also play a very important role in determining demand, no? Like there's income, price expectation, price of the other goods, related goods, no? So those are the substitute and the complement, no? Right? Price of other goods, we can identify two types of goods, no? Right? Substitutes and complement. Part of the goods are substitute because in a competitive market, we know that there are a lot of similar products available in the market. So those are the substitutes. Substitute means you can consume instead of another, no? Right? In order to get the desired satisfaction. No? Right? Once you either Coca-Cola or Pepsi Cola, no? And there are other things. Ali or something, no, right? Or seven, right? There are a lot of things, no? Right? You can get the same satisfaction, no? Right? So that is the substitute. So therefore, there is a variation of the with respect to changing the price. People have more choices, demand also change. This is a competitive market. And the complementary goods are the jointly consumed goods, no? Right? So in order to get the desired satisfaction, you need jointly consume. Otherwise, you will get the expected satisfaction by consuming those products. No? Right? For example, now we get the tire and the tube, no? Right? These players and the drivers, no? Right? This compact disc and the compact disc drivers will be, no? Right? And the computer and the software, no? We take, no? Right? Hardware and the software, no? Right? Right? So when the software price increase, it affects the hardware, no? Right? Right? And without software, you cannot run the computer, no? Right? Likewise, so those are the complementary goods. Right? So therefore, we need to look at with respect to changing the complementary goods prices, what happened to the demand for the product that we consume. With respect to changing the price of the substitutes in the market, what happened to the demand for the product that we consume. When the Pepsi Cola price increase or decrease, what happened to the Coca-Cola demand? Right? So we are going to look at the Coca-Cola demand with respect to change in the Pepsi Cola price, substitute price. Right? So normally what happens when the substitute price change, what happens to the product that we consider, the demand for the product that we consider. Let's say as the substitute price increase, demand for the product that we consider, that also increase. No? Right? For example, Pepsi Cola price increase, demand for the Coca-Cola increase. No? Right? So there's a positive relationship. But in case of complementary goods, when the software prices increase, demand for the computers reduce. Right? So there's a negative relationship. So that's also very important when you look at the relation sensitivity. Right? So once you calculate the elasticities, you can identify those signs, negative relationship, right? That's also very important. Right? Right. Okay, right. Now, price of the related goods, right? So that's clear, right? Those are the substitutes, right? One thing, right? Which has a positive impact, right? When the price of the substitute change, the demand for the product that we consider increase, no? Right? So that's also very important, right? Coca-Cola and the Pepsi Cola, right? And the complementary goods, those are the goods that we consume jointly, you know, in order to get the desired satisfaction. There is a negative relationship. When the tube prices increase, demand for the tire decrease. Right? But there are tubeless tires, right? Right, anyway, right? So if you use the tube and the tires, traditionally, right? So there is a negative relationship, likewise. So the complementary goods, there is a negative relationship with respect to change in the prices of the complement. Right? So we can identify those are the non-price determinants. So, right? So if there is a, what happened when the now one price determinant, now the Pepsi Cola price increase. Now we are talking about the demand for the Coca-Cola. Entire demand schedule for the Coca-Cola shift to the right without changing the Coca-Cola price. No? That's actually shift the demand right. Right. Substitute also same and the complementary also same. So there's a negative relationship. You can think about what sort of impact of the demand curve. Right. With respect to changing this substitute and the complementary. Right. So those are coming under the non-price determinants. Okay. Right. So we talk about the law of demand, right? So that what is that explain? Basically, that explains the relationship between the price and the quantity demand when other factors remaining constant. That is very important. When you define the law of demand, you need to say these other factors remaining constant that explain the inverse relationship between the price and the quantity demand. Right? So that is very important. You need to mention when you define regarding the other factors. So that remaining constant. Right? So that explains the law of demand, that is the main law behind the demand. Consumer, when you talk about the consumer behavior of the so when the price of the product increase, quantity demand increase and vice versa. Right? So that's why when we draw the demand curve, right, based on the law of demand, right? So that's actually downward slope. Right? So there's a negative relationship, right? So the demand curve explain you know that price here we put the price of the Coca-Cola and the quantity demand for the Coca-Cola. No? Right? So the demand curve is downward sloping. Yes, Coca-Cola demand. So that actually why it is downward sloping. So that explains the negative relationship, no? Right? Between the price and the quantity demand. P1, Q1, when the price increase up to P2, quantity demand increase up to Q2, right? So that actually explains the negative relationship. So downwards demand curve from left to right, that is the normal demand curve. Based on the law of demand, it explains the negative relationship. Price and the quantity demand, right? Okay, right? Now, what are the main assumptions that we use when we draw the demand curve? Yes, what are the assumptions? One assumption is we assume price is the variable factor. Other factors remaining constant. So this value assumption. And also we assume demand curve is continuous. There is a one-to-one relationship. At each price, there is a demand for that product. Otherwise, we cannot draw the demand curve continuous. Right? Continuous. Right? So there is a at each price there is a demand. Right? Demand curve is continuous. That also we assume. Right? In the market, there are different prices. People are willing to buy different quantities. Right? Depending on their abilities. Right? So that we identify that their desire, willingness, and ability. Right? So therefore, person to person, demand change. At various prices, different quantities, they are going to demand. Right? And there is a continuous relationship. Right? So we assume that one also. Right? Right. So there is small case. Right? You can. I need your attention on that. Right? So you can see. Can you see? Is it clear? Now, this is the case, right? A local bakery, right? On, right? Is experiencing fluctuating sales of its premium cakes, right? To analyze how the following factors could influence the demand for their cakes. Can you tell me how the cake is producing, right? The product that we consider is the cake. So change in the cake prices. What happened? Can you tell what can happen? Based on your analysis, suggest strategies and the bakery could adapt to stabilize and enhance the demand for their product. You need to tell me everything that you know. Now we know the basic things regarding the price of the product and their impact. So what is your analysis on that? You can think and tell me. Yes, what's your name? Madhu. Okay. Madhu, tell me now the change in the price of the cake. Cake price of the baker. Owner fix the price, right? What happened? What is the implication of that? You need to analyze and suggest strategies that the bakery owner can adapt. Now you can tell me related things also, right? This is your analysis on this regarding the cake prices and their demand. Yeah, very good comment here.
The cake prices increase, the demand will be decrease.
Right. You need to analyze since there are so many other cake suppliers in the market, right? When the cake price of this premium cake increase, there can be a reduction in demand for the so these premium cakes can be reduced because there are other substitutes cakes in the market, right? They,
Other substitutes, demand will increase.
we don't need to talk about other things, right? We can talk about only the premium cake, right? So that is the inverse figure according to the you can say or you can relate with the theory according to the law, right? When other factors remaining constant with the premium cake price increase, no, right? The demand for the premium cake decrease. Then if there is a decline in the demand, what happens to the bakery owner? His revenue?
Revenue will be
He reduce the price or increase the price. Is it increase or decrease? Can you say? When the price increase, revenue also increase. You agree with that? Right.
The price increase, the demand will be decreased. So the sales will be low and the revenue also will be low.
Yeah, that is true because revenue to calculate price into quantity, no? Right? When the price increase, quantity decrease, there will be a decline. That depends on the with respect to changing the prices, how far the quantities are changed, going to be changed. Speed, right? If you increase the price by 10%, let's say, quantity demand increase by less than 10%, or if it is decreased by more than 10%, depending on that, right? So that depends on the elasticity, right? The sensitivity between the price and the quantity. So that is, you need to think about more, right? So the revenue is, right, and the profits, right? We know that since there is a negative relationship with the price increase, quantity demand increase, that will reduce the revenue and profit will be decreased, right? But that depends on the elasticity, right? The sensitivity between the price and the quantity, right? So that means, if I tell you that there can be elastic demand or inelastic demand. If there are a lot of substitutes in the market, cake, premium cake, so then what happens? Demand is more elastic, right? More elastic. So there are a lot of other substitutes in the market. People have more choices. The premium cake price increase, that will drastically reduce the demand for that product. Then that case means if the price increase, revenue will decrease. Right? But there are, suppose there are no premium cakes, there are so many only the few substitutes available in the market. So then the demand is relatively not highly elastic, no, not highly elastic, no, right? Even in that case, there can be a reduction in the revenue slightly, no, right? If there are no substitutes in the market, what happens? People have no choices, even the price increase, people demand, no, right? Then the revenue will increase. That means inelastic demand, right? So depending on that, okay. So you need to think about that one. Those things will be discussed later. This elasticity concept, right? But you need to, when you are explaining the things, you need to think about. First, you can say the real thing, right? What it can be happen according to theory, and you can relate with the other factors. You need to say whether it's that happening in that way, real, right? Okay. So because there are other factors, we need to concern other areas also when we explain one thing, right? Right. Okay, then the introduction of new competitor offering similar products at lower price. What's your name? Image. Okay. Now what is happening here? New competitor is coming to the market. He introduces a similar product, substitute product, and at a lower price than the premium thing. What happens? Sorry? No, competitor, no. Now what we are talking, we need to think about the premium cake only. Decrease. So why? Then you need to tell me the story behind that. So this is the competitor, that is the substitute, right? You need to relate with the concept, right? Substitute, there are one substitute coming to the market, right? And we know that normally the substitute price and the demand for the product that we consider premium cake, right? When the substitute price change, it affects the premium cake. Now this competitor produce at a lower cost, at the lower price, right? They are producing at a, they are in the market producing that cake at a lower price, right? So since the price is comparatively low, with the premium cake, what happens? That will reduce the demand for the premium cake because people are moving to the lower price. And the next one, changes in customers' disposable income level. What is your idea?
Customers disposable level, going to the premium cake. The customers disposable income level is increased. The demand for the premium cake is increasing.
Yeah, that is the other factor. So other than non-price determinant, right? So and the previous one also non-price determinant. The impact of the demand curve is entire demand curve shift to the right, right? If there is an increase in the income level, right? Premium cake demand increase in demand, right? That means premium cake demand curve shift to the right, right? If the income level decrease, premium cake demand curve shift to left. That means decreasing demand, right? So that can be happen, right? Depending on the change in the income. So that is the other factors other than the price. So if there is other factors change income that affect the demand curve is entire demand curve shift to left, right? In the previous course also you need to think about what happened to the demand, right? And seasonal preferences, festival time, like now, right? Now the cake demand what happened is Christmas time, so festival time. What happened? You need to tell me, right? The story behind what happened to the demand. You need to draw the demand curve and say this entire demand curve shift to the right. See, this is the festival time, the Christmas time, demand increase, there's increase in demand, price does not change, but due to the higher demand, entire demand schedule shift to the right. And successful advertising campaign, what's your name? Yes, it is. Okay, so what happened, right? You need to analyze. Advertising campaign highlighting this premium cake quality. Advertising actually, it's actually attract the customers, no? Right? Keeping and creating customers, no? Right? Artificially, no? Right? So this is the non-price determinant, no? Right? When there is advertising, more advertising, that may increase the demand, increasing demand. So entire demand curve shift to the right. So that also depends, no? Right? So that we need to look at the advertising elasticity with respect to the advertising expenditure, how far it is the demand increase or decrease. Sometimes there will be a decline in the demand, no? Right? Sometimes, most of the time, we see the positive, no? Right? When we spend more and more budget for the advertising, no? Right? So there will be a high demand, right? So that actually depends on the the advertising strategies, no, right? And the media that we use, no, right? Depending on that, no, right? So there can be a positive relationship. So if you measure the advertising elasticity, no, right? So that you can identify what sort of sensitivities there are with respect to advertising expenditure, how far it is the demand is response, right? So we need to calculate the advertising elasticity as well, right? Depending on that, we can give clear idea. But normally, so this is the advertising the other factor, no, right? So normally there is a positive relationship, no, right? Entire demand curve shift to the right, right? Okay, right? So likewise, you need to think about it, right? Right. So those are the things, right? Let's move to the other one. So normally we expect the now the yes.
That in case questions, we don't know how to approach the questions, like what are the things that we analyze. We give us a structural answers for it that we based on that we know how we will.
Yeah, just to be honest, that is actually what I want to emphasize is based on the discussion that we had, right? So how we are going to explain the things, how we are going to analyze. We need to think openly, right? Create the other factors that we question. Likewise, we need to elaborate the answer for it. So basically, we talk about the price, the quantity that we demand and determines, right? So we identify set of factors that determine demand. Right? So price is the main factor. Apart from that, we identify other factors. Right? So that the base small picture given you to understand those determinants, right? And their possible impact on the demand. So how you are going to explain it. Right? So when you explain the things, you need to explain the theory or if there is a concept or something, you need to link with that. Right? And also you need to say the implication of that. What you do, you are going to analyze the demand, right? So you need to analyze the impact on the demand, whether it's movement along the demand curve or shifting the demand. You can whether good if you can draw the curve and explain the things like that. And you need to think about the elastic that we will talk about later, right? Elasticity concept is this one application side, right? But those relationships between price and other factors, how it is affected to the demand, depends on the sensitivity between those factors. Right? So that measures the elasticity, basically. Right? So when you you are explaining the things. That's why I mentioned these coefficients, right? Coefficients, right? So that measures the sensitivity. If there is high value, that means high sensitivity. Right? Low value, low sensitivity. Now, say the price of the product, all price, say point something, let's say if it is less than 1.75, here 0.75 px. Once you measure this coefficient, right, using the regression analysis, you can measure those things. Right? If you have a data set, you have another data set, then you can measure these points. Right? If it is say 0.75 px, right? Negative. Normally that should be negative because according to the law of demand, right? When the price increase, quantity demand increase. Right? Should be negative, right? And 0.75 means if the price increased by 1 rupee, demand increased by 0.75%, 75%. So that means price change and the quantity change is now 75 means less than 1, no, right? The inelastic time, no, right? If it is greater than 1.75 or 2% something, no, if price increased by 1 rupee, demand increased by 2 rupees. It is 2, right? Then the high sensitivity. Likewise, so this measures the sensitivity. Based on that, we can say whether there is elastic or inelastic demand, whether there is high sensitivity or low sensitivity. Right? Other things, other coefficients also same. Right? So we need to measure the price of the other product. There are two, supplement and complement, and the income, no, right? So we can measure the sensitivity by looking at these coefficients. Right? So that measures the elasticity, right? So that's why we need to think about that approach, right? Right. So normally now we demand curve based on the law of demand. Right? We identify the negative relationship downward sloping demand. Can it happen all the time same that way, or are there exceptional situations? That means sometimes there may be a positive relationship, right? So when the price increase, demand also increase. So those are the exceptional situations for the demand. Right? There can be exceptions, right? So one circumstance is that explain the positive relationship we see in case of luxury goods. Right? So that means people at higher level income they consume, right? So they are not worried about the price, right? Even though the price increase, demand also increase because they are going to higher income level, right? Right. Now, for an example, BMW. No? If we are going to buy a BMW or something, a Porsche or something like value cars, no, right? So sometimes some people consume some goods. Those are actually to show the status, no, right? Those are called web goods, no? Web goods. Okay. So the status. Okay. So what happens when the price of those goods increase, the demand also increase. Okay. Right. Now, if you are going to buy a BMW, right? You are not going to ask how much is the petrol consumption and so on, no? Right? Yes. You are not worried about that, no? Right? Yes. How many that I give a BMW again? I have petrol consumption in Portugal. I'm saying is consumption but so that way, right? They are not worried about those things, right? So they want to show the status, no, right? Okay. If they are running behind but it's not available again, right? That's very nice. We can use, but we worry about the cost efficiency, no, right? As economics, no, we always think about the cost effectiveness, right? As economics, right? Yeah. So they want to utilize it maximum way, right? So then they can cost effectiveness, no, right? So that means the right? Right. So that's a different thing anyway, right? So, what happened here? We see the positive relationship in certain circumstances. One thing is the luxury goods, development goods, no? Like people consume a higher level income to show their status, no? In such goods, we see the price increase, demand also increase, no? Like other thing is, what is other one? Positive relationship you observe by things. So that is another thing is given goods, right? Given goods, right? What is the given? Given goods. People actually the given goods is a type of inferior good, no? Right? People at a lower level income they consume, no? Right? For given goods and the inferior goods. Right? What happens? Here also we see the now for an example obsolete goods, no? Right? You know the ethics of it. සමහර දැන් මම බලන්නේ සමහර පාරන බාන්නනේ use කරපු ඒවා එහෙම තියෙනවනේ Windows even සමහර දැන් people at lower level no right they buy it no right obsolete goods no right that's the kind of goods and normally we see the most of the stable goods no rice right no right similar type of given goods people consume at a lower level income even though the price increase, they cannot move to the next level. No? Right? Now the next level is the normal goods, so luxury goods, no? Right? This is the inferior, right? Lower level, right? Next is the normal goods, no? Right? Then the luxury. Right? So people at lower level income, they consume these inferior and the given goods, right? So even though the price increase, they are not moving to this next level, right? Because they are at a lower level income, they increase demand for such goods. Because those are actually our price indication. Right? In this case, we are talking about the rice, not the ethnic, right? Not the ethnic, right? Rice controls are very effective. You know, you know about that one. Control price, right? They attack button, right? But they are important. Okay, right? So inferior and the given goods, right? So there is a difference, right, between the inferior and the given, right? So at lower level income consumed, right? So here the given case, the income effect. Now we can identify this with respect to the two effects, substitution effect and the income effect. Right? So substitution effect means we know that there are similar products in the market, right? People have choices, right? With the price change, the people can move the other product, right? Income effect means when the price change, what happens to the nominal income does not change, but real income change, no? Right? When the price increase, real income decrease. According to the demand may change, no? Right? When the price decrease, real income increase. So purchasing power increase, right? So that is the real income, no? Right? Our purchasing power, no? Right? Our nominal income, our monthly income does not change, but if the price vary, our real income changes. Real income means your purchasing power, how many quantities that you can buy in real terms. Right? I say that now you can buy more quantities, no? That means real income increase. Right? So that means the demand also changes. Right? In this case, the given goods, not the substitution, income effect is more powerful. Income effect is more powerful, right? Because at the lower level income, people consume, right? When the price change, people does not move to the other good. If there are substitutes in the market, or they are not even positioned to the move higher level because their income level is not sufficient, right? To move to the other goods, right? But they will demand, right? So that is a different case. Right? So that's also we see positive relationship, right? In the given case, right? So normally that actually, for an example, if you look at this, the normal goods, this is the inferior goods, this is the given. Substitution effect, income effect, total effect. Now, if you add these two, then it is the total effect, right? Substitution effect, income effect, and the total effect. Right? Now, in the normal goods, people actually substitution effect equals income effect, total effect. And the inferior goods, so the substitution effect is positive, income effect is negative, right? But the total effect is positive. So that means the inferior goods substitution effect is more powerful. The given good case is also positive and negative. So that's why all the given goods are inferior, right? All the inferior goods are not given goods because the total effect is here negative. Because this negative. Income effect is more powerful in the case of given goods. But in the case of substitution, inferior goods substitution effect is more powerful. Right? So that is the difference between this inferior and the given goods. Right? Right? So that is another exception, right? So the given goods is another exception for the positive relationship, having the positive relationship between the price and the quantity, right? Another one is the price expectation, no? Right? So price expectation, expected price, no? Right? So if you think the price will increase in the future, no? Right? Currently, even though the price, if they expect more price hike in the future, right? Currently, if they even though there is a slight increase in the price, people buy more, right? Expected price, right? If they expect price will decrease in the future, currently, even though expecting more price decline, no, in the future. Customer is product karuна, right? Likewise, right? Price expectation, right? Now, if you look at the petrol prices, if they going to be increased, no, right? What happened to the demand? Currently, demand changed, right? Now, normally we see the share prices, right? Expectation, right? After this election, no, right? Now the share market is moving, right? Well, no, right? Prices increase, no, right? All share price index, no, right? People also expect price will increase further, no, in the future, no, right? That's why people demand more shares, no, right? Right? Price expectation. So that explains the positive relationship, right, between the price and the quantity market, right? Right. Now look at this one. Now you have given another example, right? Now you can imagine normally the rural community, right, where the rice is the primary staple product. Right? Only lower income group, right? So they are going to all the time they are struggling on to fulfill their basic requirements, no? Right? Basic stuff, no? Right? Food, no? Requirements. Mainly the most of the people, the rice is the main staple product, no? At a lower income, no? Right? At higher income level, people may shift to the higher, no? And they can like cheese, right? Like rice, no? Right? But there are the pan and cake and yeah, German, nothing, right? It also like horrible situation, right? So likewise, no? Right? Now here at the lower income people, right? They consume mainly they are in order to get their absorb their consumptions, no? Right? They mainly use the price, no? Right? At a lower level, right? Right? So rice account for the significant portion of their diet, right? Due to the economy compared to alternative meals. Right? Even the vegetables, no? Right? Rice is high, no? These days, no? Right? So these households also have the limited income, right? We know that mainly the lower income, the lower level income, right? So that is food consumption is mainly constrained, right? Limit, right? Since they are having the lower income, right? They need to manage. There are so many constraints in fulfilling their basic requirement as well, right? So if there is a rise in the price, what happens? Price, price, right? What happens? So this is actually even though their price is increased, no, right? These days we see, no, right? So that is the main choice they have, no, right? Right. So they need to consume, no, right? So even though the price increase, so the demand also increase at lower level income, no, right? So that is the case. So this is the case that we can explain different group, right? That lower level income, especially the rural areas and lower level income families, right? So they face the constraint of this income constraint, right? So when they are fulfilling their basic requirements, rice is the important one, right? So they highly demand, right? Allocate a significant portion of their income to the rice consumption, right? So even though the price increase, right, they don't have any other alternative, right? So there will be a demand, they have to high demand for that, right? So that is the case, right? So that is the famous case. Bread also same, right? As a different, right? Now there are actually they don't have the choices, no more choices. One thing is limited already. That's why when the price increase, demand also increase, right? And highly depend, right, on the rice consumption, right? So that also another factor, right? And they need to satisfy. That is the only the cheap way to satisfy their requirements to maximize their utilities, right? So therefore, they demand more, right? And even though the price increase, right? What happened? Even though it's become quite expensive, right? So they are based on their income level, they need to demand those things, right? So that's the main alternative they have to sustain themselves, right? So this is the case where we can see the different groups, right? So we consume at the lower level of income, people at lower level, right? When the price increase, the demand for such goods also increase because they don't have the alternative avenues, right? They are highly dependent, right? And they have the income constraint, right? So therefore, when even though the price of such goods increase, demand also increase, so then it increase, right? Is this correct? Normal goods. That's only a negative. Do you agree with that? Now here the substitution is negative. Positive, no? Right? Income effect. As the income increase, normal goods consumption decrease, where you can move to the luxury goods also. Right? Not even is it negative or positive? The normal goods, there are a lot of substitutes, no, in the market. So that means here the substitution is more powerful, right? Than positive, right? Okay. Right. Okay, right. So that is the exceptions to the law of demand, right? So we can identify those cases, no, right? So luxury goods, regular goods, price expectation, and this given paradox, no, right? Right. So then, law of demand, as we mentioned, so that explains the negative relationship between the price and the quantity demand. Why there is such a negative relationship? When the price increase, why the quantity demand increase? When the price decrease, why quantity demand increase? So theoretically, there are two reasons. As I mentioned, that is the income effect and the substitution effect. So why there is a negative relationship? When the price increase, one thing is people are going to be substitutes, no? Right? That's why the demand for the product that we consider decline. Right? Other one is when the price change, that affects the real income, no? Right? So the price increase, real income decrease, demand decrease accordingly. Right? So that is the income effect. Right? So those are the here two reasons to explain the negative relationship between the price and the quantity, right? Income effect and the substitution effect. Okay. Now the income effect here, even though we say income effect, the nominal does not change, no, right? Real income change. How do you calculate the real income? Nominal income means the income that you get, no, in nominal terms, no, according to the market price, no, right? You get monthly salary, right? That is your nominal income. What is the real income? How do you calculate the real income? How do you calculate nominal income divided by what? Price level, no? Right? Price index, right? You based on the price index, no, inflation, right? Right. So you can calculate the real income, right? Okay. So that means in real terms, no, right? The quantities, no, right? So that actually measures the purchasing power, no, right? Purchasing power, no, right? So that means how many goods or services that you can enjoy, you know, by spending your nominal income, no, right? Purchasing power of your right? Now, when the price change, what happened? Real income change, no, right? Accordingly, demand for the product that we consider change. No, right? If the price of the product increase, no, right? Real income increase. demand for the product that we consider increase, right? That is the income, right? Now, for an example, price per denim sports, right? How we can buy more from that, right? Why? Real income increase, right? Because money income does not change, it's fixed, but real income increase. As a result of that, you can buy more daily, right? And then available in, right? So that is the income increase. Okay. Substitution effect means, so if there are substitutes in the market, right? So when the price of the daily price change, then the daily price increase. Since there are other substitutes in the market, no, right? Instead of daily, what you can, yeah, there are a lot of things, right? So then people have choice, no, right? People move to the other products, right? So the demand for the daily decrease, no? So that is the substitution effect, no, right? So people think that because people always believe in the rational, right? They compare, right? What they compare? The payment that you made actually and the utility that you gain by consuming that product. As a national producer, what you do when you are buying particular thing, automatically in your mind it's calculated, right? The payment, right? You are going to buy a sari, right? You pay 5,000 rupees, to pay, right? Whether you get the desired satisfaction, right? By paying that much of money, so automatically calculate in your mind, right? Based on your maybe the income, right? Based on your passion, maybe, right? Like all the things together in your mind calculate and you take decision by your, right? So that means the price equal marginal utility. Right? You also use the marginal utility, right? Marginal price. Right? If you gain desired satisfaction, right? By paying that much of money, right? You decided to buy. If the marginal utility, this is the trade-off, right? If the price is high, then the marginal utility, are you going to buy? No. The price is lower than what the utility you gain, buy. Choice, based on the choice, you definitely buy it, right? But this is the trade-off. Until price equal marginal utility, you decide, right? So this is the trade-off. You always try to maintain the trade-off. This is the equilibrium. Trade-off is the equilibrium of that we talk about. Until price equal marginal utility, you decide, right? So that is the case, right? Right. So those are the two reasons, right? Substitution and the income effect, right? So that explains the theoretically that explains the negative relationship between the price and the quantity. Okay. Right. Now, just for your information, right, we will share some other things, right? Now, we can identify, as we discussed earlier, right? We can identify different types of goods, right? Normal goods, right? People normally consume those, for example, cars, lands, right? Fridge, refrigerator, so all these things, right? So the normal goods, right? So the actually we identify these type of goods mainly not the with the price, right? With the income level, right? We are going to relate with the income level, right? So what happened to the income? The demand for the normal goods, when there is a change in the income, right? So then the income increase, demand for the normal goods also increase, right? Right. And the necessities, those are the essential goods, right? So that actually, until you acquire the required quantities, right? You call it as satiation point that once you satisfy consuming the essential goods, you come to the normal situation, right? Then thereafter, even though the income increase, you are not going to buy such goods, right? So when normally the necessities, when the at a lower level income, people demand more, right? When the income level increase, there is a lower demand. Right? Until when it reaches a particular point, right? Come to the stable, right? Then thereafter there will be no change in demand for the essential goods. Once you acquire the required quantity, right? Fulfill the requirements, right? So normally the quantity demand remain unchanged, right? When income reaches to a certain level, right? It increase, then thereafter it does not change, right? So mostly the stable goods, right? And the inferior goods mean those are the balaband, right? So there's a negative relationship, right? With the income increase, demand for the inferior goods decrease, right? Because people are moving to the other, when you are high income level, you are moving to the normal or luxury goods, right? So the demand for inferior goods decrease as a result. So therefore, negative relationship. Now, necessity is also positive relationship up to a certain level, right? When income increase, demand also increase. The normal goods also we see positive relationship, right? So if you draw the things now, here we actually look at the price, right? Price and the quantity demand, normal demand. So normally when you draw the demand curve, we relate the price and the quantity demand, right? Here what happened? In case of normal goods, right? If you draw the demand curve, if there is a rise in the income, demand for the normal goods increase. There is increasing demand. That means entire demand curve shift to the right. Right? If there is a decline in the demand for the normal goods, the entire demand curve shift to the left. Right? Likewise, we can see that. So increasing income results in the increase in the demand. Right? So that's actually other factor, income. That actually now we are talking about the demand for normal goods, price and the demand for normal goods. When there is a rise in the income, entire demand curve shift to the right or left. Right? So that we identified last time. Right? And inferior goods, what happened? If there is a increase in income, entire demand curve shift to the left. Right? Because here we relate price and the quantity, right? Okay. And but here, what is the difference? Here we relate the income and the demand, right? Income and the demand. So that is actually, we are not talking about this as per the price and the quantity demand. Here we relate two things: one side income, other side the demand. So what type of relationship is there between the income and the demand, right? In case of normal goods, necessity goods, and even the normal and the luxury goods, inferior goods and the necessity goods, right? In the necessities, what happened? Up to a certain level, when your income level increase, demand also increase, right? But thereafter, even though your income level increase, demand for the necessities remain unchanged. Right? That means once you reach to a particular level, right, you are moving to the lower income level category to higher income level category. So demand for the necessities is not a matter, right? So that's a matter at a lower level of income, right? So that's why we identify this at a very lower level income, right? People consume this inferior goods and the different goods. Right? But those things are not a matter at higher level of income, even the necessities. Right? And the normal and the luxury goods, if we take, right? When income level increase, what happens? Normally, the demand increases. Right? But in case of inferior goods, it's a negative relationship. When there is higher income, lower demand for inferior goods, but at lower level income there will be higher demand for inferior goods. Right? So this actually we look at the income and the demand for such goods. Right? Accordingly, we can identify these different behaviors. Right? When you analyze the income and the demand for luxury goods, common goods, inferior goods, and the necessities, essential goods. Right? Okay, is it clear? Right. Right. So then we are going to talk about, right? Yes, we can speed up, right? So these things are right? So how we can explain the demand, right? So the demand is the, as we identified, so consumers, how much they are willing to buy at different prices at the time, right? So we can explain the demand, right, as a demand schedule, demand curve, demand equation, right? So the schedule means in the tabular form, right? In a curve, right? And the equation in a schedule, right? So we can explain those things, right? Now this is the table, no? Right? So price and quantity demand. When the price increase, quantity demand decrease, that explains the negative relationship. Linear line. If you draw the demand curve, you can see linear demand curve, right? So that explains the negative relationship between the price and the quantity demand, right? Now, if you plot all these information in the diagram, right, you can get a demand curve, no? Right? So that explains. That also explains the negative relationship. Higher the prices, lower demand, lower the prices, higher quantity, right? Negative demand. So this is left to right, downward sloping demand curve according to the law of demand, right? And in the demand equation, you can convert this table or the demand curve into an equation. Right? So if you have an equation, you can, based on the information given, you can draw the demand curve, right? Or you can, putting the different prices, you can form the demand schedule as well. Right? Here in the demand equation, we assume the linear equation, right? What is the linear form? Y equal mx plus c. Right? So that means quantity demand equal A minus BP, right? Finally, it becomes, this is as a negative relationship. This price is negative, right? B is the, what is B? What is B? That is with respect to change in the prices, how the quantity demand change given by B, right? So that measures the slope of the equation, right? Slope of this equation, right? Demand curve. That's why slope is negative, right? There's a downward slope, right? Now this is the direct form, right? So the direct demand function is also very important, right? UD A minus BP, right? Now for example, UD 100 minus 2B, right? So that is the direct demand function, right? This is direct form. Because UD is the dependent variable, price is the independent variable, right? But we can convert this one into the indirect form, right? Indirect form means price function. Price function. That is very important, right? So when you make other calculations later on, right? So if you explain this one in indirect form, take the price in terms of price, right? So how do you write it? A over B minus QD over B, right? So that is the price function, right? Now here, if you explain this one in indirect forms, P to P equal 100 minus QD is equal 50 minus 0.5 Q, right? So that is the indirect form, no? Right? So this is indirect. So this is very important, right? So you know that when you take the total revenue, right? Price into quantity, no? Right? Total revenue, PR is total revenue, right? And sales revenue, right? Multiply price by the demand, right? To get the total revenue, right? Compared demand, that means the sales volume multiplied by price. That is the revenue, right? So now, if you want to here the price, if we have the price function, right? Now 50 minus 0.5 right? So you can calculate the total revenue directly, right? If you have the direct form, right, you can have to convert it to the indirect function in order to derive the total revenue function. Price, PR is price into quantity, right? Now here 50 minus 0.5 into 50, right? So that is the total revenue. Total revenue means 52 minus 0.5 Q is there. Right? So that is the total revenue function. Right? Because all these total revenue and the total cost function, right? We express in terms of quantities. Right? In terms of quantities, right? Depends on the quantities, right? PR is a function of Q. PC also function of. So therefore, actually, we need this indirect form, right? To find out the total revenue. Even if you take the marginal revenue, right? We can discuss it later on, right? So we can discuss. So if you differentiate this function, you get the marginal revenue, slope of this total revenue. Right? So that means the marginal revenue curve is to differentiate. You don't write about this, just to write it as 50 minus point going to 50 minus Q. That is the marginal revenue, right? Slope of this now total revenue, we derive this way of price PR quantity, right? Total revenue curve, if there is a fixed price, total revenue curve is goes this way, right? The price is fixed and the quantity increase, right? It's a linear line, right? So the slope of this curve, if it is a non-linear, right, goes this like this. And this is the total revenue linear, this is the total revenue non-linear, right? Now here the marginal revenue is this function, right? It's a linear, it's a MR like this, right? Okay, right? Actually, I don't know, right? Okay, just why I want to tell you, right? Regarding this, you can study those things, right? Regarding this total revenue, right? How you obtain the total revenue, price into quantity, right? So this kind of explanation in the form is very much important when we are making the calculation and when we are making the decisions later on, right? Based on the margin, right? Okay, right? So that is the direct form and the indirect form, right? So we can I need to identify the direct function, right? And the indirect function as well, right? So in terms of price, right? So that is very important, right? Indirect function, right? Now the demand schedule, right? Now we have the QT equal 120 minus 2P, right? Now we have given the this information. Can you draw the demand equation for this data? Now you have given the information, right? Then you draw the demand equation. Now you have given the data, right? At different prices, right? Different quantities, right? How do you draw the demand equation? QD A plus BP, right? You take the plus, right? How you calculate, how you form the demand equation for this data? We assume the linear function, right? Y equal mx plus c. QB equal a plus eg, right? So at price, we need to measure these points. We need to measure. These are the coefficients, right? A and B are the coefficients. We need to find out these coefficients. You know these coefficients, you can. Sorry? Yeah, now we assume here the leniency, right? Linear function, right? For the line B, right? Y equal mx plus 0, no, right? That form, right? Here the means is B, no, right? A means C means the A, no, right? Intersection. So these are the coefficients A and B. Right? How you can you form the equation for this? Now we can assume the price. If the price is 1, what happens? Quantity demand. Price is 1, right? UD. Can you do it? You can identify this B. Or if you can take if the price is 0, right? Say, we have the quantity 100, right? 100 A plus B 1, right? Yeah. This is the first equation. Then the quantity 80 A plus B and D, right? Here 2B. 2B, no, that's 2, 1. D is 1, right? D, 2D, no, right? Then you can simplify this, no? First equation, you can find one variable there, no, right? Make from the to deduct second from first one, no, right? In the second term, another way, right? So 2 minus 1, what happens? Max. Simultaneous equation. Simultaneous equation. A minus plus A plus minus. So this cancel out, no, right? 20 minus 20 equals then that is B is minus, okay? It become minus, no, right? Then substitute to 1, equation 100 equals A minus 20. A equal 120. So UD equal 120 minus 20. This is the equation on demand function. 120 minus 20, right? Okay. So if you know the information, if you have the linear, if you have the curve, right? Or if you have the table, you can identify the function. So if you know the function, right? You can, based on the values assigned, you can draw the curves or you can form a table as well, right? So we can express demand curve in a tabular form as an equation or as a curve, right? So we can substitute. We can check this is correct, no? If the price is 120 into 120, 120, that means 100, no? Right? That is correct, right? Right. So let's say we have 120 minus 20, right? So that is the demand equation, right? So your demand equation, this one explains what? This demand function. Now you have suppose now this one, right? UD is the function of price, no? Right? This one, no? Right? That we keep equal 120 minus 2p, right? This form, right? Now we have the QD equals is a function of price of the product, price of the other goods, income pays. So what is the difference? These two functions. Now we have say QD is the function of P. QD is the function of Px is equal. What is the difference between these two? Yes. So how we interpret this two functions, two notations, let's say, two notations. How we interpret what is the underlying facts behind that? Again, Q is a function of price, no? Right? So that's actually based on the law of demand, no? Right? This explains the negative relationship between the price and the quantity demand. Other factors remaining constant. But here, this explains the functional relationship between the demand and its determinants, no? Right? So this is the price, and other factors also there, no? Right? So this explains the functional relationship. So if these other factors change, right, keeping the price constant, there may be shift in the demand and so on. This is the all the factors that determine the demand, right? The functional relationship. But here only we take the one price of the one product, right? And that explain the how the price with respect to change in the price, how the quantity demand going to be changed, and other factors remain constant, right? When we talk about this, price is variable factor, we assume all other factors constant, right? So likewise, so there is difference between these two, right? Right. Okay. Right. Now we earlier we assumed the linear function, no, right? Y equal mx plus c, no, right? But there can be normally non-linear functions also there are demand. So that is called power functions, no, right? If we have the power functions, those are actually non-linear functions. Demand curve is not all the time linear, no, right? It's non-linear, no, right? Curve shape, no, right? Now, in the linear function, this b is constant, no? Right? Right? B is constant. B is the slope, right? This is the slope of the curve, right? In a linear form, this slope is constant, right? You know the linear, right? Right. They are actually the B is constant, but in a non-linear case, right? What happens is non-linear slope going to change, going to more, right? So that is the case, right? Slope is not constant, right? So the power function like this, no, right? A p to power minus c, no, right? So that is a non-linear function, right? Okay. Okay, right. Now then we look at the shift in the demand curve, right? We mentioned when other factors change, right? Keeping the price constant, right? Entire demand schedule shift to left or right. So that means the factors that determine the demand, other factors other than the price. If there is a favorable change, no, right? Entire demand curve shift to the right. Right? If there is unfavorable change, entire demand curve shift to the left. Right? Now, for an example, under what circumstances entire demand schedule shift to the right? There is a rise in the income. Favorable. There is a price of substitute. There is a rise in the price of substitute. There is a decline in the price of complement. Right? There is increased favorable changes in the taste and the fashion. Right? There is a the people expect prices in the future may increase, no? Right? That may currently entire demand should likewise, no? Right? There can be a situation if there is a favorable change in other factors, no? Right? So entire demand goes to the right. In other ways, if there is unfavorable change, entire demand goes to the right. So those are the shifting the demand curve, no? Right? So in shifting the demand curve, we assume price is constant, no, right? Other factors change, no, right? One price determinant change favorably or unfavorably. The impact on the demand curve is entire demand curve shift to the right or that is the shift in the demand. Okay. And the movement along the demand curve is with respect to change in the price, keeping the other factors constant. The impact on the demand curve explained by increase upward movement or downward movement along the demand. Right? This is the movement along the demand curve, no? Right? We assume price quantity, right? T0, Q0, right? This is the price of the Coca-Cola, right? Demand for Coca-Cola, right? So if there is a increase in the price of the Coca-Cola, what happened? To T1, only demand increase, right? If there is a decrease in the price of the Coca-Cola up to T2, only demand increase, right? Moving from A to B or A to C, no, right? Movement along the demand curve, right? This is movement along the demand curve. Movement along the demand curve, right? So here what happened? Price is the variable factor, other factors remaining constant, right? So what happened? When the price increased from T0 to T1, quantity demand increase Q0 to Q1, right? That is called contraction of demand, right? This is contraction of demand, right? So when the price decrease, what happened? From T0 to T2, there's a increase in the quantity demand that is called expansion of demand. Right? So when there is a movement around the demand curve, the impact on the quantity we can identify expansion of demand or contraction. Right? So here the price is the variable factor, other factors remaining constant. Right? So that we see the movement around the demand curve. Right? And shifting the demand curve means entire demand curve shift to the right or left. Under what circumstances that can be happen when the price is given level, right? Price is constant. If there is a favorable or unfavorable change in the non-price determinants, right? That happens to the entire demand schedule. Right? So here the price is constant, right? Zero to zero, right? Entire demand curve shift to the right. So entire demand curve shift to the left, right? Price is constant. Right? Price is constant. So if there is a favorable change in the, this is the demand, D1, right? D2. If there is a favorable change in the other factors, right? Entire demand curve shift to the right. If there is a rising income, substitute price increase, contributed price decrease, taste increase, right? Price favorable, price expectation in the future, rising the price, right? If there is a credit facilities available, right? Because high purchase facilities likewise, right? So that is shifting the demand curve, right, to the right. Price is constant. So that means we see the demand increase from Q0 to Q1. This is called increasing demand. Increasing demand. So the entire demand schedule is to the right. The impact of the quantity is the increasing demand. So if there is a decline in the demand due to unfavorable changes in the other factors, right? Entire demand will shift to the left, right? So this is the decrease in demand. Decrease in demand. Here only we see the one demand curve movement upward, and here you see the three demand curves, right? Here the price is variable, here price constant. Here other factors constant, here other factors change favorably or unfavorably. As we see change in demand and the change in quantity demand. So this is called change in quantity demand, right? Change in quantity demand, right? This is called change in demand. Change in demand. Right. So I think now we identify those things, right? Shifting factors, right? Those are the other factors other than price, right? Favorable, unfavorable change, shift the entire demand curve to the left or right. So we identify these things, factors that cause to increase in demand, right? That means entire demand will shift to the right. So these are the factors, right? Then the change in demand and the change in quantity demand, right? So you can differentiate those things, right? This is the case, right? Okay, we'll take a break, right? After the break. Any questions? you have any question? If you have any question, you can ask. Okay, you can take a break, 2 minutes break.
Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, you can raise your question.
Sir, now I'm facing a difficulty to catch the lesson because the whiteboard not clear. I'm an online student.
Sorry, can you repeat it?
So I'm difficult to catch the lesson because the whiteboard not clear anymore. Not clear, sir.
That means whiteboard, no?
That's the reason.
Yes, now actually
Most
these things actually in the PPT also they are, right?
uh,
So additionally I mentioned few points in the whiteboard, right? So
yes, sir.
while actually I inform to the administration also regarding your difficulty of visibility of the whiteboard, right?
Thank you,
So
sir. Thank you very much.
they will address, I think, I don't know, right? So I inform them, right? Anyway, I will, when I am writing the whiteboard, I will repeat it several times, but these things are in the
So I,
PPT as well, right? So you can
Okay, sir.
so I
go
think
through
is smart board is very comfortable.
sorry?
Smart board is very proper
Yes,
things to the study.
yes, that's the request I made, right? We have the smart board that's very convenient. You can see clearly, right? So anyway,
Thank you, sir.
additional things I will write in the whiteboard, right, for the time being. And I will repeat it, right? Please follow the things, right? And with your PPT, you can get the things there, right? Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Explain here the whiteboard, the quantity, change in demand and the change in quantity. Okay. In the PPT as well.
So, once you also not mention Yeah, on Monday we can take any on Monday, so
But I think that we need to start the parents provided that it's clear to me, but some of the things we need to go through the materials and to explain this. So can you speak before we You came with the first lecture. You were not there, I didn't see you.
Actually, I'm online.
Online.
Then there was a issue online. I
Yes.
couldn't hear anything. So then I thought I will convert myself to physical.
You are in here, no? Sri Lanka.
Yes.
Others there, some of the people on the road. It's actually, you can come here to physical food. Otherwise,
Yeah.
this is actually the place is smartphone. That's good.
That's good, really.
Yes.
Because other institutes, they do the online one clearly.
Yes.
So this is the sound also it's very low. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So I think the smartphones are available in the two lecture boards. I think.
Uh,
I asked them to shift to that board or something. You know, otherwise, it's online platforms. This one is not effective.
yeah. We can't even zoom in. No?
Yeah. So where are you working?
I'm working at Absolute Basics Referral.
So you are doing the charter. You are doing that charter also.
And I'm actually, I'm a bit old now. I'm 45 years now. Now married and having two kids also. I actually could continue chartered at the final stage. I had to break it. So now I'm doing this so that I complete this and get the chartered.
So you earlier you followed this course or something? No?
No, this is
You have the knowledge in economics. Yes.
even at A levels I haven't.
Which year you did it?
98.
98.
So I was
Science
doing the
background?
statistics. That was the period they introduced statistics.
Ah. So what are the subjects? Statistics and
Commerce. I think I did economics in
commerce and economics you have to do.
sorry?
Commerce and economics,
Yeah.
statistics.
I did accounting, statistics, and commerce.
So this is the first time you study economics.
Yeah, but I understand. Only the difficulty with the equations. So,
Yeah, economics is we can explain all the things. The equation for mathematical economics also there.
yes, that's the difficult part.
Here basically basic things we discuss some of the things and the latter part in the business economics things more application side things discussed in the equation forms derivatives and so on.
That's a separate subject.
Yeah.
That's also so far okay. So is only lecturing here or
Yes, my university is Lanka.
Lanka?
Lanka University. So I'm in the department, banking department.
Okay.
Lanka,
Lanka.
You are in residency in Colombo.
College, yes.
Okay, if you have any question, now we have the now did you attend that the group discussion? Submit the last week.
Yes, yes. I was at the last moment, I was, giving my answers, but we managed to, I think, something. Then there will be a discussion with the groups.
Yeah, now I asked the group to discuss it and we don't have time to make a presentation. So I don't think that they will do the presentation they are scheduled into time. So that is limited for us to complete the thing. Because the thing is 8 to 11, normally when we are starting the things, now today also 8:40. Takes so many time. The morning lesson is that the problem. Afternoon one, we can start.
They can check prior.
Yeah, yeah, that's why I will
Before
inform that
us,
one.
they can
And then
make
after
sure.
this last week was okay, but this week it's late.
Yesterday also there was big complaint in the group that we couldn't hear anything.
Yeah, I will tell them because in advance they need to prepare and check all the things.
they have to the online
Yeah.
because
I don't know whether that's a problem. I can't hear the proper voice. The sound is not clear. So they know so something. There will be a problem for listening.
don't know whether the mic is on. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, shall we start? So we're moving to the next actual topic, right? So, I think all of you can hear me. Right now we are moving to the other area, other aspect of the demand, right? Now we identified that now these are the two forces that we discussed, no? Right? One is the demand, there is the consumer's demand, one force, right? The market, right? And the other force is the suppliers, right? You know, right? So supply, right? Now we are not going to discuss more on supplies, right? Just we have a overview, right? Just we jumped up to the equilibrium, right? Now as we identified the demand, the concept of supply refers to the different quantities that the suppliers are willing to supply at different prices, right? When the demand, we explain that the different quantities that the consumers are willing to buy, right, at different prices in the market. So the same way the suppliers, so they are also willing to supply different quantities at different prices at a particular time. Right? Now, when it comes to the supply, right, now earlier we noted that the demand, now the varies with the price, inversely related with the price. Right? So, whereas the supplier's point of view, how the suppliers actually the price is an inducement for the suppliers to supply. Right? When there is a rise in the price, it will give an encouragement to suppliers to supply. Right? So there actually we see the positive relationship. Right? When the price increase, supply also increase. Right? So that's based on the law of demand, right? So the law of demand explains the relationship between the supply, quantity supply and the price. Right? So with respect to price, how the suppliers are willing to supply different quantities. No? Right? That actually explains the positive relationship according to the law of supply. Right? So when the price increase, quantity supply increase, no? Right? When the price decrease, quantity supply increase. So that explains the law of supply. Here also we assume other factors remaining constant. No? Right? This variables assumption is there. No? When we define the law of supply, that explains the relationship between the price and the quantity supply, keeping other factors constant. So that means here also we identify a set of factors that determine supply. Right? One important thing is the price of the product. Right? Other than the price, there are other factors that determine the supply. Right? So all these factors are constant when we explain the law of supply. So based on that, we identify the positive relationship between the price and the quantity supply. So here we see the supply curve is upward sloping, right? From left to right, right? Earlier we noted the demand curve is downward sloping. So whereas the supply curve is upward sloping, since there is a positive relationship between the price and the quantity demand. So when the price increase, quantity supply also increase according to the law of supply. When other factors remain constant. So we will look at what are those factors, right? So the factors that determine supply, right? We look at it later, right? Now those are the factors, right? Now here also we identify list of factors that determine supply, right? So one thing is the price of the own product, that is common to demand. It's common, right? And here also we noted price of the related goods, factor prices, right? Prices of factor inputs, right? And the technology, time period, and the expectations of the producer, right? And the climate, weather conditions, right? Those things. And the government policies, right? And other social and psychological factors that also influence on supply, right? So if you go through these determinants, price of the own product, you know that, right? That is the product that we consider, right? So when the price of the own product increase or decrease, quantity supply change accordingly, right? As we highlighted, according to the law of demand. So there's a positive relationship, right, between the price and the quantity supply. And second one is price of the related goods, right? Price of the related goods. What are these price of the related goods? In the earlier case, we identified related goods in the demand. Right? Those are the substitute and the complementary. Here, what are the related goods? Yes. What are the related goods? Any idea? No. Not really. What is competitive? Competitive.
Raw material.
Brands. Competitive brands. Not the competitive brands. Those are the substitutes. Competitive brands means substitutes. Yes, online.
So raw material. Raw material. Raw material.
Yes.
Yes.
Not exactly. Actually, that actually the factor inputs are the raw materials. We highlighted under the third factor. The related goods means the goods that can be produced, right? Other than the product that we consider, other products. Right? For example, there is no substitute and the complementaries, right? So those same raw material by incorporating this technology and same raw material. What are the other goods that the producer can produce? So for example, if we take the bakery owner, right? So he has the producer bread, right? What are the other goods we can produce other than the breads? Maybe the buns, maybe the egg buns, maybe the galvanis, maybe the jamakata, right? Maybe the gulabanis, likewise. So many other goods, utilizing same wheat flour, that we can produce, right? So those are the related goods, right? The producer, what he can produce by utilizing the materials, right? Now, when the price of these related goods affect to the product that we consider, right? Then, right? When the Nanakata price increase, what happened? What happened? Producer shift to the Nanakata, no? He produce more from the Nanakata. Rates are done in Nanakata because he can enlarge the profits. Main factor is the profit motive, right? Profit maximization, right? Earlier case, consumer is the utility maximization. We consider, right? Right. By consuming product, he tries to maximize its utility as a consumer. But as a producer, he tries to maximize profits, and by minimizing cost as well, right? So in order to maximize profits, if the Lanka price increase in the market, we allocate more resources to produce Lanka, not the rates. So that's why we see most of the time, there is mainly this sources and so those are items that the producer mainly highly concentrate to produce because there is high profit margin, right? Prices increase most of the time, like in the Lanka, right? So we see to supply all these things price can charge right pricing, right? The rate there is a control price, but non control price and then so those are the related goods, right? They can price. When those prices change, the supply also change, right? Rate supply change, right? When the regular money's price increase, rate supply increase, right? So these are the now the price of the product. One product is the one factor. All other factors we can take separate other factors other than the price of the one product, right? So we will treat these factors as separated, right? Because these factors change, that shift the entire supply curve, right? Like same way that we discussed in the demand. So when the galvanized price increase, the rate supply reduce. Rate supply curve shift to the left. No? Entire rate supply curve shift to the left. Right? So these are the other factors. That's very important to demarcate this price of the own product and the other factors other than the price. Right? And the factor prices, that's also very important. Now the cost, no? Right? That depends on the cost, no? Right? You always try to minimize the cost, no? Right? In order to enlarge the profit. Right? So the factor prices that also affected the production issue, no? Right? When the factor prices increase, supply, we change the supply, no? Right? Reduce the supply, right? Because it affects the cost, no? Right? Cost of production increase, no? Right? When the factor prices increase. Therefore, we actually reduce the supply in that case. And the technology, that's also factor, no? Right? If there is a technological improvement, right? That affects the supply, right? Right? Productivity increase, right? The technological expansion, we can produce more at a low cost, right? Supply also increase, right? So the technology also one factor. What is the time span? In economics, that is very important. Time. No, time period. What is the time period here we consider? Time period. What is the time period? Those where are there any people here working in banks? Banks are relevant. No, no one in the bank. So in normally we know that time period we classify how we classify the time period. Normally we identify short term, long term, medium term, even in the business, no, right? So in the time period in economics is different. Is it same? We identify normally in the banks, short term means less than 1 year, right? And more than 5 years is the long term, right? In between 1 to 5, medium, right? That's a year. When we are granting loans, the bank is taken long term loans more than 5 years, right? I mean, we know that treasury bills, treasury bonds, development bonds, right? Capital market instruments, normally long term, right? More than 1 year, right? If it is less than 1 year, treasury bills, right? Short maturity, it's a short term, 6 months, we have 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, treasury bills, 1 year, 10 months, right? It's a short term, right? But in economics, the time period we assume the time period based on the factor change factor, maybe factor mobility or something, right? Now we identify the short term and the long term. So the supply also we can see that what happens in the short term and the long term. Supply will take the formally the agriculture supply for the industry supply, right? Those who producing the garments, right? The garment factories, right? So whether you can change the supply immediately, right? There are various constraints, right? You cannot, even though there's a huge demand, even though you will get large assignment, order or something, right? Can you meet the demand suddenly by supplying those goods? No, even in the manufacturing industry, but there are constraints to your capacity problem. Suppose if there is a large increase in the demand, right? Suddenly we cannot meet, right? Unless otherwise we expand the business, no? We have capacity we can do, right? But most of the business here in our country, we have excess capacity, right? We don't have large facilities, equipment and so on, right? So actually that's a problem, right? Time period business can be meet those requirements, right? Can be supply if there is some requirement, some demand, right? The market is expanding with the expansion of the market, if there is demand, right? That we need supply. In the very short run, even the very short run we cannot do, right? Even in the agriculture, can we produce? You can't. Even in the short run, agriculture products, we cannot produce something. Time period, right? So that means supply is perfectly will last very short run. We cannot keep those requirements, right? Even in the short run, it will last, we cannot meet those requirements. It takes time. Right? Long run, we can meet the demand, right? By supplying those. Even in the manufacturing also, it takes time to expand the business, right? And machineries, buildings, equipment, and so on, right? Expanding the capacities. Once you expand the capacities, you can meet those needs. So that means in the long term. Right? So in economics, we identify the short term and the long term. Now, in the short term is the period of time where we can produce goods, right? Keeping the fixed factors constant, right? It's a period of time produce goods and service keeping the fixed factors. What are those fixed factors? Constant. Now, in the short term, we identify the variable factors and the fixed factors. It's a time period where we have mix of variable factors and fixed factors. Now, suppose it's a production function, right? Now, this is the production function. Land, labor, and the capital, right? Basically, we take the two factors, right? Production function is explaining the relationship between the output and the factors of production, right? L means the labor, A is the capital, right? Main factors, right? Capital means capital represent those machineries, equipment, buildings, those. Labor is the what we are hiring and firing, right? Labor. Now, in the short run, what happened? Capital is constant, right? Short run. We cannot expand the machines, buildings, it takes certain time to add those into the production process, right? So that is the short run, capital is constant. K bar means constant capital. Fixed, right? It's fixed. Capital is fixed. In the short run, capital is fixed, right? So in the short run, what is the variable factor? The labor. This is the labor. That is the variable factor. In the short run production process, mainly depends on the labor decisions, right? You can decide if you want to increase the production, right, in the short run. So, how many labor inputs that you need to incorporate to the production process? So that means you need to take number of labor hours that we are planning to incorporate into the production process in order to meet the requirement, right? Depending on the capacity, number of machines available. Suppose we have 2 machines in the plant, right? One machine can run with 10 laborers, so 2 machines with 20 laborers. We can, in terms of number, right? 20. Now currently we have 7 laborers. So there is machines, there is excess capacity. Another 13 can be added. Right? If there is a demand for the product, we can increase the labor, right? And increase the supply as well, since we are running with excess capacity. Right? So we can increase from 7 to 20, right? So when we are increasing the labor inputs, machine working hours also increase, then production also increase, output increase. Right? But when you reach to the maximum level 20, like if you hire more labor, what happens? The productivity comes down, right? Labor productivity, marginal productivity decrease, right? Negative, right? So that means excess labor, like in our organizations, right? Railway, petroleum, running with excess labor. Right? People are not working, right? That's why high cost, right? Labor productivity is very low, right? Efficiency is very low, right? So likewise, so there is a maximum level that we can incorporate labor production in the short run. So in the production, we actually run with these variable factors together with the fixed factors in the short run. So short run is the time period where we can increase output, keeping the fixed factors constant and by adding more and more variable. There is a limit, right? 20 is the maximum limit. If we want to increase output further, right, we cannot go beyond 20, right? So then we need to go to we need to add another machine or something, right? So that means we are coming to the long run. Right? Long run. So the long run means labor capital are there, right? All factors are variable. There is no fixed factors and the variable factors. All the factors are variable because we are going to expand the business, right, in the long run by adding machines, by adding buildings, right? And the labor also will increase, right? That means scale of the business expanding in the long run, and we go for other output level with that expansion. Right? So that is the time period where we can increase output by changing all the factors. Right? The long run is the time period where we can increase output by changing all the factors. So there is no fixed variable factors. All the factors are variable. The scale of the business also expands. But here there is no scale expansion. There's a capacity is fixed, right? Under given capacity, we are trying to expand the output by adding variable inputs. Here we see short term variable factors and the fixed factors. So that is the time period. Now when it comes to the supply, so time period is very important, right? Because we cannot change the supply immediately, right? So there is a short run and the long run. Short run, we cannot change the supply which comes to the agriculture teams, even in the manufacturing production. Cannot change, right? Increase the supply suddenly, right? Supply is inelastic, right? But long run supply becomes elastic. So the time period is also one factor that affects the supply, right? And the goals of the producer, expectations, right? So the producer wants to go for, he wants to be the number one in the market, right? He wants to increase the what you call this market share, no? Right? That expectation to be the leading manufacturer in the next 5 years, maybe. Right? Likewise, to be the number one in the next 5 years, no? According to the strategic plan, plan everything. So likewise, he has some goal, right? Target, right? So based on that, that also affects the supply, right? You want to be the number one in the next 5 years, right? They also you want to from the day, right? You want to work that in the supply increase, or the resources and utilizing those resources, right? So therefore, the goal of the producer also one factor that goes to supply. And the climate weather conditions, mainly that you know that climate change that affect to the agriculture, right? Season, right? Weather conditions sometimes is during this period, no flood, no flood, flooding and affect to the agriculture and the supplies increase, no, that goes to supply. Right? So those are serious factors, right? We cannot change control, right? So those factors affect the supply. And the policies, government policy, that's also important, right? Government that actual limit now, for an example, if the government control the price, right? That limit the supply, right? So if the government impose restrictions, right? Producer control the supply, right? And the price controls, subsidies. The government grants subsidies, right? Additional incentive to producer and supply, right? It reduces the cost, therefore supply increase, right? To then subsidy, fertilizer supply. So likewise, so government policy also now is fertilizer subsidy, right? Under the AKT, 25,000 or 30,000 fertilizer subsidy is given, right? So that affects the supply, right? Supply increase. Entire supply goes to the right. Right? And psychological factors, these social factors that also contributed to right? Discourage supply, right? So then also, right? So likewise, so we can identify these factors that determine supply, right? So price of the oil product is important one, right? So we take into account when we talk about the supply curve, right? As a variable factor. So other factors also important, right? So when you talk about the change in the other factors, we assume price of the oil product is constant, right? So that goes to change the entire supply. So like we discussed earlier, we can identify this movement along the supply curve, right, with the price change. And in shifting the entire supply curve due to the change in the other factors, and price of the oil product is constant, right? So all the things you can go through, right? Those things is recall and refer the materials, right? And other like textbooks, right? In any economics, books, introduction, those things are available. Please refer those materials, right? In order to get an understanding how the supply and those changing supply, changing quantity supply and those things, right? Okay. But you can yourself do the research, right? Following the same way that we discussed the demand. Okay. Right. We are moving to the equilibrium. Right. Now, in economics, as I mentioned earlier, right, two important things we discussed. No, right. Two important notations in economics. One is the equilibrium analysis. Right. So we can It's a stable situation where the market participants are satisfied, right? So there is no inducement to these market participants to behave in a different way at the equilibrium point, right? Because both parties are satisfied, so they are agreed on the equilibrium price and the quantities, right? So that's the point where the resources are allocated efficiently at the equilibrium point. Equilibrium, because if the parties are satisfied, consumers also maximize their liquidity, suppliers also maximize their objectives, profits, and so on. So that is the point where the welfare is maximized, right? At the equilibrium point. The equilibrium point is the point where the both opposite forces come to the stable situation, right? Demand and the producer supply. Right? So that is efficient. We call it as that price is the Pareto efficiency, right? Pareto efficiency. Resource allocation is efficient. Because at the equilibrium point, there is no overproduction or underproduction, right? Because supply exactly equal to demand. There is no overproduction or underproduction. But if there is any other price other than the equilibrium, we see the overproduction or underproduction. So that is the case where we found if there is a government intervention, if the government imposes restrictions, right, if the government artificially decide the price, this market price is destroyed, right? Then there will be overproduction or underproduction, right? If there is no market forces not operate under such circumstances, right? So the equilibrium is very important, right? That is the point where the two contradictory forces come to the stable situation. So under that point, right? So there is no tendency for to change the behavior of the consumer. Because both parties are satisfied, right? So that's why we say it's maximize the welfare. Equilibrium explains this welfare side as well, right? So it's a point where both parties are satisfied and come to the equilibrium. So that means when demand equals supply, that is the first condition, right? There are two conditions to satisfy the equilibrium, right? One thing is demand should be equals to supply, and there is no excess demand, no excess supply, right? So ED and ES equals to 0. ED means excess demand, ES means excess supply. So that's comes to 0, right? So at the equilibrium point, so in the market, now this is the demand for the product X, supply of product X, right? We have to predict the price of the product X. So this is the two forces, opposite forces. We call it as market forces, right? Market forces. Those are called invisible hands, according to invisible hands, right? Adushyamana hasta, right? The market. Those consumer demand and the producers supply. So they determine the price and the quantity supply, right? Equilibrium. Yeah, at this point, demand equals supply, and also excess demand, excess supply comes to 0, right? So there is no excess demand or excess supply. This price is efficient, right? This is called market clearing price, right? Market clearing price. That is the equilibrium, right? This price is efficient, right? This market price allows to consumers and the producers to take their decisions, equilibrium. So It's a signaling device, right? Basically to allocate resources and provide incentives, right? So this is the point that is small equilibrium, right? Now since there is no excess demand or excess supply, right? And demand exactly equals supply, this is the stable point. Both consumers and the producers satisfied, right? By paying this amount and by receiving this price, right? If we take any other point, right, what happened? Any other point above or below, right? What happened? Those are not equilibrium, right? If you take the P1, higher price, at higher price, what happened? Quantity demand reduced, right? Quantity demand, lower price. So at higher price, lower demand. But at higher price, higher supply, right? What happened? So there is a excess demand, excess supply, right? Excess supply is there, at higher price. So suppliers are willing to supply more, but consumers are willing to buy less at higher price. Now, so that creates imbalance in the market, right? Generating excess surplus, excess supply in the market. So if there is excess supply, what happens? If purely the market forces operate without any third party involvement, there should be a downward pressure on prices. If the supply is higher than demand, price will decrease eventually, right? Oversupply of inventory, right? But in this case, what happened? At the EU price below the market clearing price, right? At a lower price, what happened? So this is the demand, right? So let's say this point. This is the demand, right? This is the demand, right? And this is the supply. At a low price, suppliers willing to supply less, right? But at the low price, consumers are willing to buy more, right? So there is excess demand, right? Even this area, like if you this is the excess demand, right? This is the excess demand price. So what happened? If there is excess demand, there will be a upward pressure on price, if the market forces operate, right? So the pure market forces operate, there will be upward pressure. Finally, eventually, economy comes to the equilibrium. That's right. If the market forces, we allow the market forces to operate, all the time market is clear, right? All the time market is clear. If you are trying to maintain this price or this price, what happens? Market is not clear. Artificially, we are going to control the price, right? So price to artificial. So that actually generate imbalance in the market, creating excess supply or excess demand. So therefore, there can be a negative consequences arise as a result. Now this is the P2 is the control price, right? Price control. Because lower the price, in order to protect the consumers, right? Government impose control price, right? P2. That P excess demand. Right? Supply less, but demand sorry. So supply less, demand high, right? If there is shortage in supply, what happens? They will try to increase the price. Black market is like price, right? So there is an inefficient allocation of resources because suppliers they are willing to at the equilibrium, right? The market forces they are willing to produce at this point, right? But due to the distortion of price, due to now they are not allocating resources that much, they reduce the supply. Right? There is a misallocation. And even at this price, no, right, higher price above the equilibrium, what happened? So this is the net excess supply, no, right? Because artificially this price increase, no, right? The market clearing price is the EX, no, right? Artificially increase the price. So that create excess supply. So what demand is low, right? This is stock accumulations, no, right? So in order to maintain this price, actually, government has to borrow this quantity, no, right? Excess supply. Otherwise, the government cannot maintain this price. In order to protect the producers, farmers, the government fix the price at D1, no, right? The government has to borrow this excess supply and keep this companies. It's the additional cost to budget and supply price, no, right? So those are the things, right? So but in the equilibrium price, what happens? There is no excess demand, no excess supply. Market always clear, no, right? Resource allocation is efficient, right? So that is the equilibrium, right? Market equilibrium, right? Right. Now equilibrium we can explain in three ways, as we mentioned, no, earlier. Demand, supply also we can express the same way, right? I mentioned those things, supply curve, right? Supply curve, now demand curve, can you remember? We go demand A minus dB, supply is A plus dB, no, right? Likewise, no, right? So now the equilibrium also, right? We can express in tabular form using table, right? Graphical method and algebra using equations. Okay. So these are the equations. Right? You can incorporate values, right? One equation, supply equation, right? So that is the equation based on that you can write NBC for calculation purpose, right? Right now, this is the equilibrium, right? We have the two forces, demand and supply operate, right? Market forces. We have downward sloping demand curve, upward sloping supply curve, right? Based on the law of demand and the law of supply. So the equilibrium is the point where the demand intersect supply, intersection point. That gives the equilibrium, right? So equilibrium price is 3, equilibrium quantity is 50. Right? So that is the market clearing price. Okay. Now this is the table, right? As we highlighted, right? At different prices, quantities demand and quantities supply, no? Right? So when the price increase, quantity demand reduce, no? Right? When the price increase, quantity supply increase, right? So if you plot the data, you can find these demand and supply curves. Even in the tabular form, you can identify equilibrium at which point equilibrium occurs when following the two conditions, right? Demand should be equals to supply and excess demand, excess supply equals to 0, right? So at which point this is the equilibrium, no, right? Demand equals supply, no, right? So the equilibrium price is 50, quantity, equilibrium price is 3, quantity is 50, right? Okay, right. Now same thing you can form as we discussed earlier. We derive the demand curve and remember, right? Based on these data, right, we can derive the demand supply curve, supply function as well, right? So then you can identify the equation, right? So equation form A minus dP, that is the demand, supply is A plus dP, we assume the linear functions, right? Now suppose you have given the two demand and supply functions, right? So the demand function is QD equal 100 by 50 minus 5p. Supply function is Q is equal 10p, right? So you can derive those functions, right? Based on the information. What is the equilibrium point? So in order to achieve the equilibrium, if you have the functions, you can Identify the equilibrium, no, right? Under the condition, demand is equal to supply. The second condition is excess demand equals excess supply equals 0, right? 350 to equal US at the equilibrium. So 150 minus 5P equals 10P, no, right? So by equating these two equations, you can find the equilibrium, no, right? So the P equals 10. Quantity means you can substitute into 150 minus 5 into 10. That means 100. The equilibrium price is 10, equilibrium quantity is 100, no, right? Likewise, you can. We have the functions, right? So you can identify the equilibrium point very easily, right? By equating those two terms, right? Okay. So what is excess supply as we highlighted in the graphical form, right? So you can see the excess supply, right, above the equilibrium, right? So because quantity supply is higher than the quantity demand, right? At the above the equilibrium price, right? So this area actually all area, right? If you draw this way linear lines, right? On this whole area, right? That is the excess supply, right? This area excess demand, right? So that's why the area, right? Excess demand and the excess supply we can identify. Okay. So there is excess supply. We know that this is not stable, right? Price is not stable. There is a downward pressure. Right? So excess supply that is not stable, right? Since there is excess supply, there will be a down. Price is not stable. Price going to decrease, right? So consumer will react to lower price by buying more, right? Then the price decrease, right? So that will happen until the equilibrium is ordered at the intersection point, right? Until it comes to this point, So that is the excess supply, okay? Excess demand actually shortages that explain the below the equilibrium price, no, right? That is excess demand, right? For this area, right? So excess demand, right? That explains the shortage. Right? Since there is shortage in the market, price tend to increase, right? So because there is a shortage, right? So that will push up the price, right? So the equilibrium, right? So the market reactions to equilibrium, right? So when the market is not in equilibrium, right? So that is called disequilibrium situation, right? So those are disequilibrium situation, right? So at the disequilibrium situation, right? So there will be a pressure on prices, right? Because your market forces operate either downward pressure or upward pressure, right? Okay. Right. So that actually change the demand and the supply, right? So that's why we call it as invisible hands, right? To operate the prices, right? According to there is a market forces purely operate, right? Eventually, the market will come to the equilibrium, right? If there is any other price, right? Market forces operate in appropriate way, right? equilibrium in the market. Right? For example, if there is a higher price, so that means there is excess supply, that will go down the price, right? If there is excess demand, there will be upward pressure on price like that. Right? Market forces arrange accordingly, right? So that's why we call it as invisible. Okay. Right. So what is this importance of this equilibrium? Why we talk about it? Now, as you mentioned, one important thing is equilibrium, other one is marginal concept or marginal analysis. So why? What is the importance of the equilibrium? Right. Now we can identify the situation, right? In the market, right? So once you have the equilibrium, right? So that's a stable situation, right? We know that at that point, the parties in the market, involved in the market, right? They are satisfied. There is no inducement to behave in a different way, right? Since the market is in equilibrium, right? And we can identify the market situation, right? Now, if there is an imbalance in the market, we see signal out the market, high price fluctuations, right? That signals out the market, right? In the disequilibrium. If there is a stable prices, if the prices are smoothly happening, right? So that's a stable. So we can identify the market situation. We can understand the situation in the market, right? And we can look at the behavior of economic agents. Who are the economic agents? Now basically the consumer and the producers. Right? So those are the economic agents. Right? So we can look at their behaviors. Right? Whether they are behaving in a way or whether they are behaving in a different way. Right? So we can analyze their behavior. Right? So by looking at this market. So we can see how their behavior is going to be changed. If you incorporate a third party into this model, third party is the government. This model, right? This is a model kind of model, right? So we can see how the model is going to be changed with the government intervention. Right? That is third party. Because in a perfectly competitive market, we know that market forces purely operate. If it is purely operate, everything happens as we discussed, right? But if the third party involvement, we can see like how this parties behave in a different way, how the consumers and the producers behave in a different way with the third party involvement. Suppose the government, right? So that means if the government imposes price controls, right? Minimum or maximum price, right? We can see how the market forces operate as a result of that. Okay, so the minimum price for the farmers, right? Maximum price for the consumers, right? And price controls, right? And price right? And we can compare the comparison equilibrium positions, right? Comparative analysis, right? So we can do right by looking at the comparisons of two equilibrium. We can compare. The comparison purpose also we can use this equilibrium model, right? And the welfare, right? We can get an idea about the welfare, right? Here this equilibrium point is the point where the welfare is maximized, right? Those parties come to the satisfaction point. Right? So that means at this point the resource allocation is efficient, right? Because now this is the marginal benefit curve, this is the marginal cost curve. Right? Okay. The supply curve is the marginal cost curve. Right? That is equilibrium means demand equals supply, that means marginal benefit equal marginal cost. Now we will study later, right? Profit maximization MC equal MR. Same way, right? So this is the marginal benefit equals to the marginal cost. In other words, this point is the allocative efficiency. As discussed earlier. Allocative efficiency. What is allocative efficiency? At this point, allocative efficiency is there. So, let's allocate efficiently and produce goods and service to satisfy the society. Right? By looking at the society requirements, to meet the society requirements, we produce goods, we allocate resources. At this point, allocative efficiency is there. So that means we are producing goods to meet the social requirements. We are producing relevant goods and services to satisfy the people. That is the expectation. Right? But for others, right, we produce what the society demands. Right? We allocate resources to produce social requirements, right, by producing goods and services. So when the marginal cost equal marginal benefits at this point. Because demand curve is the benefit, marginal benefit curve. This is the marginal cost, right? Because this, we know that the market situation, we look at the private cost and the benefits, right? Not the social cost and the social benefits, right? Here we look at the private cost because we are not worried about the societal effect, right? Externalities is not there, right? They are not going to take into account externalities, negative impact on the society as a result of this production, right? Means in the සමාජයට පරිසරයට බලපාන අපි විග්‍රහ කරන්නේ we are not going to look at analyze it, right? So that is the third party effect. Environmental pollution, water pollution, are we going to look at? Here look at our benefits and the cost, right? So that's why marginal benefits equal marginal cost. Here only the private concern, private cost and the benefits. But we are not looking at the cost inflicted upon the third party, society. If we incorporate that cost and the benefits, sometimes they are benefits also, right? This is not the socially optimum output level. So this is the, if you look at the, this is the optimum output level, right? By considering the social cost and the benefits, no? Right? Yes, right? So this is a very important point, right? But now we talk about this external, once the external. So this is allocative efficiency, no? Right? So produce to meet the social requirements. Produce goods and service to meet social society requirements. So that is the allocative. What is production efficiency? What is production efficiency? Now we talk about PPs, right? Production facility curve. So any point on the PPC, what happened? Is the PPC diagram, can you remember? Maximum boundary, right? Of the country, Colombo. So any point on the PPC means full employment, right? So that is the productive efficiency. Because we allocate all the resources and the technology fully, right? Full employment, right? This is the productive, the efficient point. Productive efficiency. What is that? We are producing, utilizing all the resources and the technology, to produce goods and service at a lower cost, right? By utilizing all the resources and the technology, right? Full employment. cost also minimized, right? So cost minimizing maximum output level. So if we can reach to the maximum output level, minimizing cost by allocating all the resources and the technology, that is called productive efficiency. In other words, full efficient point, full employment. So that is the point. As you can see, right? These things are related, right? Productive efficiency and that point equilibrium also occurred, right? So allocated efficiency also there, right? So, productive efficiency and the allocated efficiency that actually form the economic efficiency. Economic efficiency, right? Both things. We have allocated efficiency and the productive efficiency. That is called economic efficiency. So in order to achieve economic efficiency, right? Productive efficiency should be there, the allocated efficiency also should be there. We need to produce goods and services to meet the societal requirement at a lower cost, and we need to produce goods and services at lower cost by utilizing all the resources and the technology efficiently. Right? That means we are achieving the economic efficiency. Right? Okay, right? So, where are we now? Okay, right? So, we talk about this equilibrium, right? Time pass. That's why it works, right? So, that's why we are active to be right? Okay. So, we have actually, I will inform to the administration, right? We need to start at least 8:50, right? Because you are coming at 8:50, right? I also try to come at 8:15, right? Not 8 is not possible, since you are also getting late, right? Next day, we will start sharply at 8:50 because today actually waste half an hour more, right? Now there is a group discussion, right? I will keep it for you, right? It's not in the LMS, no? You can add in the LMS. So this is the second group discussion. First group discussion you last week you added to the LMS, right? I hope that all of you have submitted the group assignment, right? So certain marks will be allocated, and next week after completing this one, I will give you the assignment also, right? And that is individual assignment, okay? And there will be no more exercise, and there will be MCQ test on, right? Okay. So that will cover once we finish 4 or 5 sessions, right? So we will have the MCQ test as well, right? So therefore, please remember these things what we are talking here, right? So that will be tested in the MCQ test as well, right? Okay. And this is the group assignment too, right? Now you can think about this, right? Based on the demand supply equilibrium analysis, right? Groups are okay, no? Do you have any problems in the groups? I don't know whether the online group how they are performing, right? Anyway, I hope that I assume that they will do the group discussions effectively in their groups through the online platform even, right? Okay, so I think all the members are attached to the group, no? Right? There is no issue, no? You also sorted out on that, right? So few members I added, right? So if there are more, right, I can include, right? I think all of you are in the group, right? So this will be the, because you need to be in the group, right? Otherwise you will lose the marks, right? So when you are submitting the things, right? Please include your group only, right? Those who actively participate, in the group discussions, right? So there is no way to check that one to me, right? You are the one in charge and the group members, you can include your group members into your group when you are submitting the assignments. Okay. Okay, right. Group 2. Now this is the discussion 2, right? Now this case focuses on the demand supply equilibrium in an electric vehicle, right? Market, right? You know these days you can think about practical situations, electric vehicle now these petrol prices and how we are moving to the electric, no? Right? Hybrid because then electric will right? So maybe the government policies also how it can be changed, right? All these things you can think about that. The EV industry is experiencing rapid growth, no? Right? Due to increasing environmental awareness, no? Right? This pollution and so on matters, no? Right? Come to an end. We also cite, right? Environmental protection something, I think, right? You can take those things, right? And the technological advancement, right? And the government incentives, right? We also think about this. Government should encourage this EV, right? Electric vehicles, give some concessions, right? Because it's environmental friendly, right? So, and there is a technological advance, but the problem is, I think, the battery, no case, no? Right? You can think about that technology, right? This battery case, no? That's a cost, right? If there's improvement in that area, right, we can reduce the cost further, right, and increase the demand further, right, like right? Technological advancement, right? How it can be affect to the EV industry and so on, right? So, what factors influence demand and supply and equilibrium to establish in EV market, right? So, we need to think about it, right? What factors affect to the demand for these EV cars? What factors goes to supply? And in order to stabilize the market, right, what sort of things has to be addressed, right? And what challenges do the manufacturers face in scaling the EV production? You can, I'm not telling you, right, you can think about in your group and you can search the things and so on, right? You can answer the question, okay? So that is the demand supply equilibrium analysis, right? So like we discussed in the market equilibrium, right? You can incorporate theoretical things, right, into our explanation, right? And with some practical frames, right? Looking at the facts and figures in the practical scenario discussions going on, right? Regarding the EV industry, right? You can form your answer, right? Based on that. There is no limit, right? I will give the instruction, right? Maximum pages, like last time also 4 pages. This also 4 or 5 pages, right? Maximum, right? Even you can finish it 1 page, even no problem, right? That depends your group comments, group ideas, concern, and so on, right? Even you can elaborate, right? But don't write maximum more than 5 pages, right? Because I want to look at those things. That time the family can tell after 10 years, family can right? Matanya, ඈතට යනවා අඩුයි. ළඟ වෙන්නේ බරයව සංස්කාරය වල වැඩිලා තියෙනවා අරකට. That's not the way, right? But anyway, right? Just for joke, right? So please maximum 5 pages, right? Okay. Please think about the innovative way and things, this technology, all these things and policies and all these things, right? Think about the demand, supply, and equilibrium of the market, right? And form your answer accordingly, right? Okay. You can draw the graphs and everything, theoretical explanations you can do, right? If you want, if the group members wish, right? You can organize in appropriate way your answer, right? Okay. Okay. So, any questions?
Sir, I am from online student, sir.
You will be given 1 week, right? I will upload this one to the LMS. Okay, last time also I did upload, I think I did upload. No? So anyway, I will check it, right? And instruction will be given now. It's already submitted, right? So this one instructions I will be given, right? Okay. So for the time being, it's a maximum you can write 5 pages. You have given 7 days before the next Sunday, right? You need to submit it. Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, is it the same group that allocated for the first
Yeah,
assignment, sir?
yeah, same group, right? We are going to continue. If you want to
Okay, sir.
change
Thank
your
you.
group, you can tell me in advance. If your group members are not efficient or something, if they are in blame, right, or something, you can tell me when I reshuffle the group. No need
Noted,
to
sir.
reshuffle, right?
For the
You
time being,
need.
no, sir.
Right, okay. So we will continue that way, right? So I will upload this one to the LMS, right? Thank you very much.